It is January 1940, and a cold, hard winter sets across the United Soviet Socialist Republics. A busy winter, one where they store up lots of production of war material and prepare for a potentially interesting summer and fall. Welcome all to Global War 1936. We're playing Operation Varsity with my good companions and competitors, 5-star General as well as the Veteran, as we try out some interesting and unique strategies, specifically one where Germany goes to war in, what was it, 1937? July 1937, and went to war against Switzerland. So that's ridiculously early, and therefore it's kind of interesting to see how it all pans out. So we are playing, and it is now turn number 8. Let's take a look at the CCP. As you notice, my map is out of date. These CCP units actually do not exist. As I understand it, the Japanese control Szechwan, with a few units in there as well. I'm a little bit out of date. I've actually had a very busy work schedule this week, with everything but 14-hour days for the last, I don't know, 7 or 8 days. It's been hectically busy, and it is crazy, and I don't have much free time at all in my life. But I need to update this. Right now, it doesn't affect me too terribly much, so I'm not too concerned. Right now, we will just leave it as is. So there's no recruitment roles for the CCP. Let's move on to Mongolia and see what their recruitments are as well. We need a 4 or less for these guys. I suspect we missed it last time. We might get it this time, and we don't with 11. That's a fairly high roll. I'm not too bothered by it. They already succeeded quite nicely for 3 rounds out of the 8 so far, so I'm pretty happy about that. Combat moves. Well, first of all, let's talk about our production. What we're doing, we are going to be sending the Republicans 1 Lend-Lease infantry, and that will cost us $3, which will bring our total down to $42. 1, 2, 3. $42, and that is going to be placed here in Catalonia. Let's take a look at our combat moves here. We're going to move from Eastern Andalusia to Western Andalusia, 2 infantry, and our fighter is going to take a slice at them. Now, I don't think anything here has changed, unless the Veteran has posted another video saying what he's going to do in this case. So I'm going to make this attack if the current amount of units sitting here is still just 1 militia. Yeah, that's what I intend on doing. Just if there's 1 militia, I'm going to go for that attack there, plus with the fighter. So let's roll that out one first. Here's 1 at 6, and I get to roll 2 at 2, and my opponent gets to roll 1 at 2 rather. That was quite a little bit less than I anticipated. So here we go. I wonder if he'll score a hit this time round. I think we will score nothing on our first round of combat, and likewise he scores nothing as well. Alright, let's go to round 2. Let's see what the results are. We've scored 1 hit for our fighter, and he has not scored. He's scored 1 hit as well. So his militia has scored a hit, and that means that it's been a less than adequate battle. We remove these 2 units off the board. Hopefully we get what we lost back from them later on down the track. Boom. Alright. So our fighter returns to his home base in Catalonia, and now let's do some non-combat moves in this area as well. So just those 2 units there. Boom. And boom. Now to finish off the Spanish, let's roll for the recruitment roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 or less. And then we'll move on to rolling for the Germans and doing their technology. So we need 8 or less. This will be the green dice for it. It's a 3, so we succeed. And I think this time around we might actually go for 2 militia. 1 coming here in Madrid. You know what? I might actually put both in Madrid. Yeah, let's do both in Madrid. Now, I'm not sure if I start with a factory here in Madrid as well. I remember in a previous version we did. I don't know what it is in this game. So there we have it. 2 militia joined. I feel like I'm missing something. Okay, now let's move on to the tech. So for tech, we got blue dice for advanced artillery, orange dice for improved factories over here, and then white dice for long-range aircraft. So let's roll that out. 7, 7, and 6. So right on the cusp of anything worthwhile. So the 7 we get up here. So we move our improved factories to stage 1. And this goes off the board. Okay, 7 for the long-range aircraft. So that goes here. And I believe our 6 missed as well. So that means our Katyusha rockets are delayed for 1 turn. So we got 2 over here. Let me know what you think about this way of having a +1 on the dice. I quite like it. You know, I think it increases the person's chances. Now, I should also bump these guys up. I believe, yeah, we are at 35 because the Germans again captured Bessarabia, so we sit at 35. All right, let's look at non-combat. We're going to move 1 submarine from A14, 1, 2, 3 to A7 up here. Let's say we're going to move 2 subs here, actually. 2 subs to A7. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that should work quite nicely. Alright, now non-combat in the area here proper. So I guess I should still say in the combat phase, we're going to tear up some railways. Oops, wrong one. We're going to tear up a couple of railways in Bessarabia, adjacent to Bessarabia. So in southern Ukraine, this railway, and in western Ukraine, this railway. And now, this is always a confusing. Railways are somewhat confusing because they kind of, in some sense, exist on the border, I thought. Or maybe they don't. But anyways, I find them a little confusing. So we're tearing up some railways. Alright, moving on from that. Yeah, moving on from that. Non-combat moves over here. So the 74th Army here with five motorized, 2 light armor, and 3 cavalry move from southern Belarus to eastern Ukraine. That's where we move those guys. We're going to move 1 infantry from western Ukraine to southern Ukraine, and yeah, and then we're going to remove the remaining 2 from western Ukraine to Kiev. Now we're going to rail a unit from Transcaucasus up to Kiev as well as from Smolensk. 1 infantry comes down to Kiev too. So we have a total of 5 infantry sitting in Kiev. Yeah, that's the current situation there. We're going to move some aircraft from Leningrad. Our 2 fighters and a tactical bomber is all going to fly down to Kiev as well. They have a range of 5 coming from that airfield. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's what's going on over there. And I do believe that is it for our non-combat moves on this side of the globe. Alright, so now we go on to place units. Let's do the place unit thing. So we're going to send an infantry, and that infantry is going to arrive in Catalonia. Right there. Yeah, Catalonia. And now we go on to our increased income phase. Alright. So we are going to roll this little lovely orange dice, and we're hoping to succeed at a quite nice value. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? It is an 11. Alright, so where does that bring us up on the chart? 35. Okay, we are now at wartime income. Wartime income, which means we can declare war once at wartime income. We may as well declare war. We may as well declare war. There's no reason not to. We would get an extra few bucks out of the deal. 1, 2, 3 bucks there, 4, 5 bucks total. So we're gonna declare war. And that means the next production phase we get a little bit extra cash. So 42 bucks plus 5, so 47 plus 42. It's late in the day. 47 plus 46 brings us up to a nice tidy sum of 93. So we have declared war against the Germans. Is it going to be the Germans? Let's just double check one thing here. Is this the right chart? It is the right chart. Barbarossa. Once per game, if Germany declares war on USSR, the subsequent German combat phase, all German land and air get +1. I get -1. USSR may not attack more than 1 German-possessed land zone on its next player turn. Okay, so there is that. We're now at war with Germany. Sorry, Germany. It had to be done. Too bad we couldn't have combined it with some combat moves, but nonetheless, that's the situation right there. So do we get to align anybody? I do believe we get to align Madrid. Sorry, the Republican forces here. I can keep them in these colors, but that does bump me up by 2 points on the production chart. If this is similar to version 3, which I believe it is. So it brings us up to 48 bucks. So 48, that also bumps us up here to 95 buckaroos. 95 bucks. And an interesting situation with our opponents. So most everything is in harbor, apart from this situation here, which I don't know if I need to put those in harbor. Let's keep it out of harbor. These guys can't go in harbor anyways. Yeah. So that will be that. On this side of the theater, nothing is going on. As far as we know, I don't even know where the Japanese forces are. And that's about it, people. I don't have much else to report. Thank you all for watching. I think I've rolled for everything that needed to be rolled. I probably did miss something somewhere along the track. But for right now, thanks all. Talk to you later. Cheers.